Well, from the more than likely final time here at Highmark Stadium, hey, hello, and how are you, everybody? Dom Tibbetts, Matt Bove, the Buffalo Bills winning their final regular season game ever, potentially here against the New York Jets. But now we get ready, Matt, for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, indeed.
A very tough matchup. Reminds me a lot about the last time these two teams played each other in the playoffs, the year the Bills broke the drought.
Yeah.
It's a really good defense, kind of like Jacksonville has. But this offense that Jacksonville has just been on a heater, and it is a potentially dangerous matchup for this Bills team.
It's not potentially. It is a dangerous matchup for this
Yeah.
Bills team. I think that this is the toughest opponent they have had in the wild card round since 2019 when they went on the road to Houston, and that was before this Bills team has become what the Bills are.
Right.
The Jags offense is really, really hot right now. Jacoby Myers has come in and kind of completely changed the dynamic of that offense just because it gives them another piece. Defensively, they are very good. They're the best defense in the NFL against the run. And for a Bills offense that relies so heavily on the run, that could be problematic. Now, that said, if you are somebody who at all believes in playoff experience, this is the first NFL playoff game for their head coach, Liam Cohen. It's the third playoff game for Trevor Lawrence. For Josh Allen, I think it's playoff game number 13. For Sean McDermott, it's playoff game number
Lots of
14.
experience, yeah.
So that's if you buy into that. I think that sometimes is overrated or overinflated, whatever it is. This is a very tough Jags team, and it's a weird opponent for the Bills because AFC South teams, have kind of been a bit of a nuisance for the Bills over the years.
Yeah, it's like this one conference, or the one division, that the Bills have just had this like a little Achilles heel. It's like the Houston is a matchup of nightmares. Jacksonville is a matchup of nightmares. Like the Urban Meyer game you go back to a couple years ago, like that's been a disaster. The Titans
games
have gone back
weird, and then like even the Colts games have been weird
Right.
over the years. For some reason, the consensus worst division in the AFC has been a problem for the Bills. Just so there's not like. That's not a football reason to be concerned.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like it's a weird vibe.
like a
when you go to
superstitious almost kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's like when you go to play Jacksonville, and like I think it would be easy to look back and say, didn't the Bills blow the doors off of the Jags literally last year?
Yeah.
New coaching staff, completely
Whole
new identity. They went from last year losing 13 games to winning 13 games this year. They're one of 3 teams in NFL history that's done that. The Patriots this year are also one of those teams.
Isn't that crazy?
So a crazy turnaround for them.
The other thing, if you like believe in superstitions or just like stats that might not favor the Bills in this one too, 1993, the last time the Buffalo Bills have
Yeah.
ever won a road playoff game. It's something that Josh Allen and Sean McDermott have not done in their time here. So that presents just another challenge. It's like, hey, can you get this monkey off your back? So many times you've gone into like, let's say Arrowhead, or you've gone into these other big AFC venues or at home, you've played big teams and you've had to get some sort of monkey off your back or some sort of narrative unwritten here. That's one I think the Bills are going to have to focus on and have to kind of turn the page a little bit there too, is how do you start winning games on the road? Because let's just face it too, as a 6th seed, barring any sort of miracle with the Chargers taking on New England, Buffalo is going to be on the road for every single game that gets them to Santa Clara at this point.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say, and I'm not, because like I said, I think the Jags are really, really good. They are the hottest team in the NFL right now. They have won 8 straight games. They haven't given up more than 20 points to an opponent, I think, since like November 23rd. And in that game, they only gave up 24 points. Now, the opponents that they've played, not necessarily like the toughest teams. This is what I'll say. I firmly believe the toughest opponent the Bills will play is themselves. And I know how ridiculous that sounds, but when the Bills play well, there is not a team that they cannot beat. I truly, truly believe that. Here's the problem. They have been so inconsistent this year that if you fall behind, the game script against a team like the Jags is kind of a disaster. We've seen all of these games where they fall behind and they're able to claw their way back. They can do that against defenses that aren't good. They can do that against the Bengals. They can do that against the Ravens at the beginning of the year when their defense was a mess. They can do that against the Patriots, who aren't really great at rushing the passer, and Josh Allen was able to pick them apart. The Jags' defense is legit. So for the Bills, you cannot fall behind, and you cannot make the crucial mistakes in this game, because if you do, I think you are going to be one and done in the playoffs.
I will say, I want to go back to the point you brought up about experience. I get where you're coming from saying it's overinflated, and experience doesn't matter if you are in that scenario you were just talking about. Like the Bills are down a couple scores. Experience is experience, but if you don't have the right offense, if you can't get the passing game going to complement your run game against a Jaguars defense in that case, then everything is thrown out the window, right? But I go back to the moments where if this game is close, and whether it's the games that they move on from and they continue in the playoffs, I think that playoff adversity, that experience of what this team has been through over the course of just Josh Allen's career and what Sean McDermott has done here, I do think there is that part of me that is going to believe that, hey, if it is close and this is a one possession game, I'm gonna take the Bills to find a way to get it done. It just feels like it's one of those weird things where it's like, man, they are either going to lose in the first round or Jacksonville,
Yeah.
or they're going to make a run for Santa Clara. There's like no middle ground in terms of just like the vibes that I'm getting from this team
Well,
right now.
that's the thing about the AFC, that it's so unbelievably open that when you think about this from strictly the Bills' perspective, any opponent in the wild card round all the way down to the AFC Championship feels almost like the same caliber. Whoever
Right.
you're going to play, it's kind of all a crapshoot right now.
Yeah.
The one thing the Bills have that no other team does
Josh Allen.
is Josh Allen. And that there's something to be said about that at the end of the day, sometimes you just need somebody to make a play, and Josh Allen has been that guy historically in the playoffs. He has been so dynamic. So this is, like I said, I think the toughest wild card matchup the Bills have had since 2019.
Yeah.
Obviously, the betting lines indicate that the Bills open up as a small favorite, 1.5 points, which I think is just begging the public to bet Josh Allen.
Sure.
Which is also, like, I guess, a little concerning if you're a Bills fan, that
Yeah.
it feels like they're begging you to take the Bills,
Right.
because that's when they make the most money. But I think this is going to be a really tough test for the Bills, but it's certainly a game that I believe they are capable of winning if they play well. If they play well, I think they beat the Jags. But I'm not 100% confident they will play well, because this year they have been a very inconsistent team.
I think defensively is where the Bills have to start getting and making moves fast against Jacksonville. Last year, like you said, very different team, different scheme, different coaching staff than that Jacksonville team that got blown off the rails here at Highmark Stadium. But I think if Trevor Lawrence gets himself in a couple problems, there's a few turnovers, a couple interceptions, you start piling those on, though, that is where I think Buffalo can utilize their strengths to the best. Keep Josh Allen on the field, keep Trevor Lawrence in that offense off of it. Don't let them hum the way they have the past couple of games here. And I do think that is going to be a recipe the Bills are going to have to try to get to.
Yes.
Because if this goes into a shootout, that's where things start to get a little, the muddy waters start to be a little bit more prevalent there.
The one thing I will say, too, is, I might have said that already, the one thing I will say, so sorry, I've said a lot of things. Something to keep an eye on is that I know Josh Allen's foot has been banged up. The Bills tend to break glass in case of emergency, use Josh Allen running the ball when they get down into these crunch time moments, which is now the playoffs. That is an X factor.
Oh, for
because
sure.
the minute you have a quarterback who can start escaping the pocket, especially if the Jags start to play like a little bit of man coverage, and they turn their backs, Josh is going to run, and he is going to make sure that they have to account for that or put a spy on him at all times, which should theoretically open up some things in the passing game. And for a team that has had struggles with their wide receiver room and getting open this year, that's something to monitor. A little bit of a revenge game, Gabe Davis, if he plays in this game, right? Like, they cut him and he would be going back there. I would assume that he's active. Gabe Davis has performed his best in the playoffs. That's why the nickname Big Game Gabe.
Yeah.
So that's that's just something. But, like, listen, they're going to go in and they're going to try and play their game. They're going to try and run the ball. It's good on good. It's great run offense against great run defense. If the Bills have success there, that should open up other things in the passing game, and they should be able to take advantage of those situations.
But then the big test in the passing game is just going to be, can they finally nab those inconsistencies? How does this team find it? How do they find some sort of shell of it that complements James Cook in this running game? If, God forbid, it's either if it's working or it's not working, in one way, shape, or form, they're going to have to find a way to get the ball thrown through the air and make big plays.
All right, we will talk much more about this game as the week goes on. We just found out, we're recording this at like 9:45 on Sunday night, so we only found out about the opponent about an hour and a half ago. So there's plenty to talk about as far as the Bills and Jags are concerned, but we will get to that in the coming days. That is Dom Tibbetts. I am Matt Beauvais from very likely the last time we ever do this inside Highmark Stadium. Talk to you guys soon.